Yeah, what's up? Just hitting you up with a little quick video so I can get my video, because it's not fair that you see me on videotape and I ain't seen you. So you get a few seconds, hopefully I get a few minutes, close to an hour. Alright then, peace.
So one of the dudes who used to tease me when I was a kid, he was coming into the gym yesterday. He's like, all right, bro. He's like, all right, for sure. Let me get your number, bro. I didn't even get into my car yet. He hit me up 5 minutes later. Like, I just want to know if I could give you my cash app. So I got a crazy fucking story about Bangbros. For some reason, she kept trying to bring this girl around me so that I could take her virginity. She was like, my homegirl, she's really timid. She never had sex. 3 years later, hey, Ferris, you know the category where the white guys bang the black chicks? I clicked on the category, downloaded the video. It was the same chick, but that shy shit was out the window. She was sucking 2 white dicks. I told you guys plenty of times that growing up, all the kids hated me because I was tall. The dude was like, yeah, let me pull out your chair for you. I go to sit down, he yanks the chair. The whole class was fucking laughing at me, pointing at me. I'm on the floor just looking up at all these niggas laughing at me. Anything could pop. Somebody be sneaking up on me right now. Boom, I die on stream. Like, you know what I'm saying? God forbid. But, you know, I'm just keeping it 100% factual. Like I said, the type of dude that ran up and killed Nipsey Hussle is the same type of dude that I grew up with. They used to steal my SNES cartridges, asked me to borrow action figures, never gave them back, clown me because I wasn't wearing Jordans, clown me because I wasn't wearing the latest gear, made fun of me because I talked proper, made me feel like shit on the Christmases my mom couldn't afford shit. Oh, y'all didn't get shit? You and your sister didn't get shit? Ah, hell nah, nigga. We got scooters and everything. I remember when it was this one Christmas. It was this one Christmas I'll never forget. I don't know what I got. I don't think I really got anything. I might have gotten some minimal shit. And I remember all the black kids came over to my house. They had scooters, everything. Remember when scooters first came out? Concealed carry, you already know what it is. So all the black kids came to my house riding scooters, had the newest shit, talking about what games they got. Yeah, the Razor scooters too, not that cheap ass shit. They came over and was like, what'd y'all get? I was just like, I didn't want to open the door. Now, you know, if you was friends with a low Hispanic family or friends with a white family or Asian family, they gonna let you ride this scooter. They'd be like, oh, you didn't get anything? You can ride my scooter. The little black kids, oh no. They gonna clown you for that shit. Something quick and swaggy, you know? You see some black kids stole 5 of your G.I. Joes. Nigga, I'll never forget this. I remember I went to Seattle, right? I went to Seattle to visit my aunt when I was a kid for an entire summer. I had the best fucking time ever. All right, so my mom was like, you want to go visit your aunt in Seattle? This is when I was a kid. She was like, you want to go visit your aunt in Seattle for the summer? I was like, all right. Hopped on a plane by myself, went out there, had the most remarkable time. I wake up every morning. I was a paper boy. I worked for my little paper. My aunt would take me to this place called, I don't know if it was Fedco or whatever the fuck it was called. But I went and I spent all my money on Batman action figures and a couple of Game Boy games. And I loved those Batman action figures. It was like the special ones, like Batman's suit was a different color. It came with little gadgets and everything. And I go back home. But so I love those toys, man. I go back home to where I was living at the time, South Central LA. Still remember what street I was on, 51st and Western. I walk home. I used to walk home with this kid named Purston. How do I still remember this kid's name? But I do. I remember I walk home with this kid named Purston. I had all my action figures in my backpack. He's like, yo, Dale, let me borrow your Batman toys. I'll bring them back to you tomorrow. I was a naive young kid. I was like, okay. Yeah, they're really about to make Wakanda out there. But I was like, okay. All right, just bring them back tomorrow. Never walked home with this nigga again. Never seen him again. Nigga robbed me for the Batman toys. I didn't get punked, bitch ass nigga. He was my friend for years. I went over his house. I knew his parents, everything. But as soon as I had those Batman toys, that nigga scammed me out of that shit. I let him borrow the toys because I thought I could trust him. That's how that happened. But you live and you learn, you know? Live and you learn. I feel bad for Aiden. I mean, this is just, you know, like suburban kids really be like a huge fan of hip hop culture so much that like you could get them like, so, all right, let me tell you guys a quick story. All right, so hold up. Here's a prime fucking example. So when me and my homie were kids, right? He used to try finessing people out of Pokemon cards. But my friend is Peruvian. But the guy he would talk to on the phone was like a fan of hip hop and niggas and shit like that. So he was like, come on, boy. He's like, please just hop on the phone with him and just act like a cool ass black dude so that I can get that fucking Charizard out of him, that holographic Charizard. He's like, when you get on the phone, just say nigga, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, say your name's Greg. I need you to be like, what's up, nigga? Blah, blah, blah. And just finesse him out the card. I said, all right, bet. So he put me on the phone with the dude. I was like, hello? He's like, is this Greg? I was like, what's up, nigga? Because he was already finessing him, acting like he was black on the phone. So he wanted me to finesse the dude on the phone because his homie was a fan of hip-hop culture and niggas and shit like that. So he wanted me to hop on the phone and finesse his homie or whatever out the holographic Charizard. So it's reminding me of the same shit. Because Aiden's a fan of niggas. Like, he clearly loves black culture, right? So much that he'll pay niggas to come on his platform, put niggas on, have niggas in his crew, so on and so forth. So it's like the same shit. Oh, I had another nigga story I wanted to tell you guys. All right, so the first story I told you guys, it was just something quick and brief. Now, the second one was, hold up. The second one is why I don't do niggas in parentheses favorites anymore. So remember, I told you guys when I was a kid, I used to get roasted a lot by blacks because I didn't have J's and I didn't have a crispy fade. You know, I didn't have a crispy lineup. I talked too proper. You know, I was a soft ass nigga because I was quiet. So on and so forth. So one of the dudes who used to tease me when I was a kid, I grew up to be successful, have my own platform, my own business, look incredible, be in incredible shape, skin still looking pure as fuck, no wrinkles, nothing. Phenomenal, right? This guy that used to clown. And I told you guys, remember that Christmas story I told you guys? Where it was my worst Christmas. It was when Razor scooters first came out. It was my worst Christmas. Yeah, it's gonna be on the Clips channel. This was my worst Christmas, right? All right. This was my worst Christmas. I remember I told you guys that on that Christmas, I got a knock on the door. It was all the black kids in the apartments pulling up on scooters, had all the newest shit. It's like, what'd y'all get? And I was just like, we didn't really get anything. He's like, ah, damn. He's like, hey, we got these Razor scooters though, ha. Like teasing and shit. So I was just like, damn, I mean, I didn't say nothing, but what could I do? So that same dude, they don't actually pay to be a mod. They just, a sponsored member shows their solidification towards me. But since that's something that you think is funny, we're gonna time you out. Now, if you were a green gem, I probably would have let that slide. So basically, that same guy, right? Mods, keep it up. The same guy that used to try to clown the way I talk, clown my bold cuts, clown me for being a square, clown me for talking proper, so on and so forth, clowning my gear, everything like that, along with a crew of other niggas. That same guy, I remember I seen him years ago when I had my first car, like hella years ago. He looked smoked out then, but he didn't look as smoked out as he does now. So back then he just looked like he was just smoking a lot of blunts. He looked like a weed smoker back then. This time when I seen him recently, I've been seeing him like 2 months, because you know how like niggas that are homeless and shit like that, they'll get a gym membership so they could shower at the gym. So I seen him, and the nigga was bald, lost all his hair. I'm talking about Dawson skinny, biceps ate out, just completely on some Dawson type shit. Big ass black bags under his eyes, cheeks sunken in, everything. So I've been seeing him at the gym for like 3 months now. You know, I guess it just gives him something to do. He gets to shower, all that type of shit. He said he lives out of his car and everything. So he was coming into the gym yesterday. I was leaving. I seen the nigga and I just felt sorry for him. You know? Like me, I don't hold grudges. Like, even people that might have fucked me over in real life, I don't hold grudges on you. If you fuck me over and talk some shit about me or something like that, I don't hold grudges. Now, if you fuck me over with money, it's over. But as far as like you saying some foul shit or speaking bad on my name, I'm not gonna hold any grudges over you for that, because you got to a mental part in your life where you got mentally touched to where you had to speak up on me. You feel me? So I'm not a salty ass nigga where I'm gonna hold grudges on people like that. If you didn't fuck me over on no money and you just say, oh, LowTierGod is this or DeLon Sparrow's that or blah 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 is that, I'll just look at it and be like, oh, okay, I won mentally. But so I felt sorry for the dude. So I was like, yo, if you ever need anything, contact me. He's like, all right, bro. He's like, all right, for sure. Let me get your number, bro. Blah, blah, blah. I said, all right. Now, I already had my boundary set. I already had my boundary set. I already had my fucking boundaries set, right? I was like, if this nigga call me more than one time, I'm blocking him or I'm ignoring it. If he try to ask me where I live to stay or have a place to stay, I'm ignoring it, so on and so forth. So I was like, all right, nigga, I kid you not. As soon as I gave him my number, the dude hit me up literally like fucking 5 minutes later. I didn't even get into my car yet. He hit me up 5 minutes later like, hey, bro. He's like, you said that if I needed something, yeah, to hit you. So I just want to know if like if I could give you my Cash App. I was on the phone. I was like, all right, for sure. I was like, yeah, text me your Cash App. So he sent me the Cash App. You know, I got paper. I worked hard for it. I'm blessed. I was like, all right, fuck it. What's $100? Shot the nigga $100 through Cash App. You know, like a dumbass. Shot the nigga $100 through Cash App. I said, take care of yourself, get healthy. He didn't respond to the text. He ignored the text, responded to the Cash App with a praying hand emoji. I was just like, not that I was expecting a nigga to get on his knees and say, thank you, Lord Jesus, thank you, LowTierGod, whatever the fuck. But, nigga, at least respond to my motherfucking text and thank me formally about me sending you 100. I didn't have to send you. I could have bought some supplements or ordered some shit off Amazon. The nigga just ignored my text, responded to the Cash App message with a fucking praying hand emoji. And see, that's the type of shit right there. That's one of the many things in my life why I don't do niggas favors. You feel me? That's why I don't do niggas favors, bro. Every time I try to help a nigga out, a black motherfucker, every single time I try to help niggas out in my past, It's always some sneaky, grimy, unthankful ass shit. Every single fucking time. I was just like, alright, that nigga got the 100, but you're never getting anything out of me again. You know? Never in life, ever again, am I just gonna do a nigga a one-up for nothing. Fuck no. Nigga, be my secretary or something. Sweep floors in the mansion in the future. Something. Motherfucker. Come squeegee up some toilets. Something, because I don't know, it just seemed like niggas don't be thankful like that. Nah, he hasn't called or text. It's not like I respond anyway. That was a one-time thing. You know, I kind of just did it to see if he was still a grimy, snake-ass nigga like that. And he basically still is. So I was just like, man, some niggas never change. And this is why I stopped doing niggas favors a long fucking time ago. And I'm not doing them no more. Look, I'd rather give a bitch $100 than give a grimy, snake-ass nigga 100. Thanks for the 15, I appreciate it.
Some of it back.
Appreciate that, Zelda. Yeah, I was just like, man, I could have fucking bought some supplements on Amazon or bought me a pair. You know, I could have put that $100 towards fucking some Vapor Max or some shit. So, Maz, keep these gay ass niggas out of my chat. They don't have nothing to do at 9:31 on a fucking Wednesday. Yeah, next time I give a nigga some money in parentheses, you got to do a job for me. Nah, I wasn't trying to get rid of him. I was just trying to help a nigga out that basically just on some bum shit now and couldn't get his shit together. Like, if I see you, because anybody that from my past, I'm always gonna look better than you. So when I see motherfuckers that used to be this or used to be that or from my past, I always look better than you. I'm always gonna look better than you. I'm always gonna be in better shape. I'm always going to take care of myself because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I take care of myself every day. I work out 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week. I take my soul and my body very serious. I'm not a nigga that sits up eating junk food, feeling sorry for himself, none of that type of shit. So if I haven't seen you in years and your whole conversation is excuses, I can't relate. Hold on. Another part of the money back. Appreciate that. Let me see. Another part of the money back. You deserve for being a good-hearted human being. Tried to help another guy out. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I didn't give him the money on some, because he was like, oh, bro, he's like, if you send me something today, I got you in the future. I said, nah. I said, you don't owe me nothing. I said, you know, take care of yourself. Boom. Yeah, like, I feel like everybody from our past look like shit now. Like, everybody. I think it's like, I don't know, it's like maybe 1 or 2 chicks that's still like pristine right now. But as far as fucking
Another part of the money back.
You know, I'm always gonna look better than any motherfucker from my past.
Help another guy out.
Why 100 instead of 20? I don't know, nigga. Like I said, I was trying to do a good deed, help his broke ass out. The nigga said he was sleeping in his car and shit. But like I said, I learned my lesson for the very last time, man. You don't give handouts to niggas that got a mouthful of fucking excuses, you know? Yeah, he probably used the money on drugs, because he was just like, yeah, man, he's like, I only know how to get it one way, bro. Like, you guys ever see, I'll probably see him at the gym again, because I've been seeing him at the gym for like 3 months now. You know, he always speaks and shit like that, but you know, the nigga probably could just look at me and tell I'm doing well, so he probably figured one of these days he could ask me for some paper or something anyways. So what I also want you to do is think everybody's your friend. Do a lot of favors and all that kind of shit, so you could really understand how finicky people are, and then they'll basically show you they're fake, fuck you over, and then you'll get a real sense of the world, and then your mind will just get like remapped. Like, did I ever tell? I think I told you guys a story about how, like, when I was like trying to kick it with like thug ass niggas when I was like 19 years old. I'm sorry, my bad, boy. I accidentally hit you. The last time I bawled my eyes out, you want to know? I never got bullied? Yeah, I did. I told you guys plenty of times that growing up, all the kids hated me because I was tall. I was quiet, I was tall, and in the black community, I'm considered light-skinned. So I was always getting bullied. I never bullied people, but I always was getting bullied as a kid. Movie. So I go to, the dude was like, yeah, let me pull out your chair for you. Me, I'm coming from private school, so I'm really not used to dealing with like kids that are just like this animated, right? Private school kids and fucking public school kids are totally different. It's just a different, like, it's a different playing field or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So the kid offers me to pull out my chair. I go to sit down, he yanks the chair. And I fell and the whole class was fucking, nah, I don't give a fuck about this. This ain't even a personal story. The whole class, I kid you not, it was like a movie. The whole class was fucking laughing at me, pointing at me. I'm on the floor just looking up. And all these niggas laughing at me, all these fucking kids laughing the fuck at me. And the closest nigga to me was this motherfucking kid named Ernest with glasses. I get up and I kick this nigga as hard as I could and he fell down. And I kick him again and he just on the ground crying like, eh. Everybody in the class hated me after that, nigga. That school, like, the whole third grade year, yes, that nigga's name was Ernest. The whole third grade year, nigga, every day, niggas was trying to swing on me. Every day I would walk in they would all, like, wait for me to go in first, take turns socking me in the back, pushing me, pushing the back of my head. I was a quiet kid. I wasn't this animated. Didn't have as much balls. You gotta grow. And then one day I just started socking niggas back. That's all I could do the whole third grade year, my nigga. I was just getting bullied over and over and over and over and over again. When I finally went to fourth grade, shit changed up a little bit. But yeah. I thought for some reason I might have told you guys all of my stories. It appears that I didn't. There was this chick, right? Had anybody ever wonder what the fuck that is on the back of my arm? This is why I am the way that I am. This is why I don't care. This is why I'm emotionless. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this shit on the back of my arm, right? It's a fucked up tattoo. Because I was a capital simp. Hold on, you niggas never knew about this. I never told you. I was a capital simp with the S on the forehead. But was I a simp or was I inexperienced? What you see on the back of my arm is a clear reminder of one of the reasons why I will never trust a woman ever again or believe in love ever again, but I believe in loyalty. Now, I think I was maybe 20. I don't fucking know. One of the two. I really liked this girl, right? I really liked this girl. And everything started off great. Hold on, nigga, let me finish. Everything started off great. We were kicking it. We were fucking. She was light skinned. She had long hair. Did I mention she was light skinned? She had long hair. She was just my type of chick. She had A-cup titties, but I didn't care. I don't even think I was really focused on the ass back then. We linked a few times. Thank you, I appreciate it. We linked a few times. Fucked. Made shit official. Everything was great. But here's when things started to fuck up. She started working at some spot in a mall that had these two niggas in there that thought that they were all of that. So every time I would call her, I'd be like, "What's up? What's good?" And her voice would change and everything like that. She'd be like, hello? I'm like, "Yeah, what's good? Like, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I'm in such and such with such and such and such and such." And I'm like, "Why are you kicking it with dudes?" And she's just like, I mean, they're just my friends. They're just my friends. Like, it's nothing going on. Like, they're just my friends. I'm just in here kicking it. I'm probably going to get a job here. I was just like, well, if you're not working there, why are you kicking it with dudes? Some shit I would never do now. Why are you kicking it with dudes? Well, hold on. I'm getting my voice mixed up. Why are you kicking it with dudes? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Yeah, but it's different now. All right, because I'm adding more to it. So don't, yeah. So I just over the months, I would be calling her and I would tell her not to go into this store. And she kept going into this fucking store, but she wasn't lying about it. Like, it got to a point, like, at first she was answering my calls. Then she stopped answering my calls, and I would call her like 20, 30, 40 fucking times. Which is how you know it's an old version of me. Called her 30, 40 fucking times. But try to call, she didn't answer. And then when she would finally answer, she's like, hello? And I'd be like, where the fuck was you at? Why the fuck did I ask you a fucking if I've been calling you 40 fucking times? Like, oh my god, like, blah, 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 I'm just fucking and such. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. This and that. And the niggas were always quiet. The nigga was always quiet in the background. Nobody ever said shit. It was another night she went missing. She started going missing on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. Right? It was this one Saturday. I had talked to her. She said she was at the mall again. I said, was you in that fucking store? She's like, no, I'm just getting stuff for my mom, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to find something to wear. I was like, wear for what? The fuck you need something to wear for? You know, just something completely out of my character. She's like, because I'm going somewhere tonight. And then she hangs up. And I called her back. She didn't answer. I was like, what the fuck, this bitch ain't calling me back? And I'm like slamming my phone down and everything. Kept calling her, nigga, when I say I called her probably 100 fucking times, I kept calling her 100 fucking times. I kept blowing her up. Kept trying to call her. She finally fucking answers. Hello? She would always sound like she was scared. Hello? I said, what the fuck was you when I called you 100 fucking times? Angry as shit. Don't want to frown. Excuse me. This isn't an acting gig. She's like, I'm in the movies. I said, what the fuck? I was like, in the movies with who? She's like, with such and such. The same dude that she's been kicking it with that she claimed was her friend. I said, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? And I just go crazy. I'm like throwing pillows at the house. I'm like flipping up couches. My mom was never home. So I could just basically do whatever the fuck I wanted. I'm like picking up couches, slamming them, throwing pillows, sucking the fuck out of the pillows. I'm just going crazy. Because I couldn't do anything about it either. Like, what was I going to do? So, long story short, fast forward, we were still talking even though I was on some simp shit. I allowed her to still be in my presence, everything, because I was a simp. All right, this is all gonna lead up to the history of this tattoo that I got covered up, or attempted to get covered up in the back of my arm, got fucked up. So, over the months, she still was acting funny, but I was desperate to stay with this bitch because back then, you know, like when you get your first good looking bitch, like you always think, dudes, we always think we're gonna wife our first girlfriends, our second, our third girlfriends. As dudes, we always think we're gonna wife these chicks and have kids with them and shit. We don't think like, oh man, this bitch is gonna do me foul. Like these first girls we get are gonna be our wifeys. That's just how men think. That's how we come out the womb. So, nah, this ain't that story. So, long story short, she said she was going to a party. It was just a random time I called her. I said, what kind of party are you going to? She was like, a lingerie party. I was like, what the fuck? Who's throwing it? She said such and such. The same nigga that she was in a movie with. The same nigga that she was at the store with 24/7. I said, what the fuck? Am I fucking invited? She was like, no, you're not fucking invited, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't even know you, this and that. They don't even know you. Why the fuck would you be invited? I said, because I'm your fucking boyfriend. Which I wouldn't, it just sounds corny it just sounds corny for me to even say, I'm your boyfriend. Like, why we gotta put the labels on the shit? If I fuck with you and you fuck with me, like my mindset now is if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Clearly we solidified We don't gotta go throw in the corny terms and start setting all these weird invisible boundaries and, you know, all this weird shit, fucking up the energy and everything like that. Anyways, she's like, it doesn't matter. She's like, you're not fucking invited because you don't know any of my fucking friends, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going back and forth the whole day. I said, all right. I said, at least tell me where the fuck you gonna be at so I know where the fuck to go if anything fucked up happened. She gave me the apartment complex to where she was going to the shit, but never gave me the apartment number. So I told my homie about it. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was like, tonight, we gonna get fucking dressed. We going to that fucking apartment and we gonna stake out what the fuck is happening. We staking out everything. We checking every fucking shit. Soon as we hear, this is how I was just talking back then. Soon as we hear any music, we fucking go try to sneak in. We go listen to the fucking windows, everything. Fuck that. He was just, all right, fuck it, I'm with it, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck it. He was like, he's just laughing and shit the whole time. Fast forward, we go to the apartment complex. We're going through the apartment complex is not that big. If there's a party, you're gonna hear music. We walk through the whole complex, and then we finally get to an apartment that you can see like colored lights flicker in, and you could tell there's a bunch of people in there. It just had to be that. We was trying to peek through windows, and I seen her like sitting on this dude's lap a few times and everything. And I was gonna throw a rock through the window. He's like, nah, nigga, don't do that. He's like, don't do that, my nigga. He's like, nah, don't do that. We just came here to spy. And he just kept laughing at me, but telling me not to do irrational shit. So I'm just hot. I'm like, I'm kicking trees. I'm going crazy. Like, my nigga, just relax. You already knew there was a possibility. You already knew there was a possibility that this shit was gonna happen. So long story short, we stayed out there. Eventually, I just gave up and I went home and I was so irate. Like, I'm trying to get back into that mindset for you guys, but this isn't a role and I'm not auditioning for a big studio movie, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to kill brain cells and wrinkle up my face, and it's not for a check. But when I tell you I was so fucking angry, I felt like I can do an Hadouken. I felt like I could go Super Saiyan. I felt like I could do a dragon punch with fire at the end. I just felt like there was just nobody on earth that could fuck me up right there because I had so much rage, so much anger. I said, fuck it. After a night of depression and everything, I slept it off. First thing I did when I woke up, I kept blowing up her fucking phone, calling. Answered around noon or some shit. I said, what the fuck happened last night? I seen everything that popped. I seen you sitting on this nigga's lap through the window, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I had sex with him last night. I got drunk. I had sex with him. I said, what the fuck? I said, you fucking serious, you kid? Blah, 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 you know, the typical shit, you know how a nigga does. Inexperienced, capital S, you know, we're gonna act irate, ask her these questions, probably accept her ass back. So I'm just like on the phone, just fucked up, like, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, what the fuck? And I'm just going crazy. I said, come over here right now and fuck me. I said, if you don't come over here right now and fuck me. I swear I said this. I said, if you don't come over here right now and fuck me, I'm not fucking with you no more. It's over. I want sex. I want head. I need you to come over here and fuck me right now. Fuck that shit. Yes, I said that. Yes, I was down bad like that. Why do you think I'm like this now, nigga? Why do you think I'm so arrogant? Why do you think nothing bothers me? That's just one of the many stories of people that fuck me over in life. That's why nothing bothers me. That's why I lack empathy. That's why I'm a narcissist. Because the world turned me into that shit. I used to be a noble, nice guy, had empathy and felt sorry. Nigga, the world destroyed and ripped all that out of me. It's gone. Tears, that shit don't exist no more. Like, I don't even, like, what you want me to do? Fake empathy? Like, I literally don't have it no more. Long story short, she came through, hair all wild. I don't even know if she just got finished fucking the nigga, whatever. Came through, I fucked her on the back. We had green carpet in the front bathroom. Fucked her on the green carpet in the bathroom. Inside and shit. Like, oh, you know, I'm like on top of her, like on this fake making love shit. You know, we banged not once but twice. And I thought I was back in the good graces. She chilled over the house till like 5:36. Kicking it in the living room. My mom was there. My sister was there braiding somebody's hair. I'm like, man, I got my girl back. I know she cheated, but this made us stronger than ever. Fast forward, she started fucking with the other dude again. I told you guys the movie story where I caught her at the movies, kept blowing her up. Well, hold on, this was a different time. Sorry about that. It was a weekend she went missing. I'm just trying to fast forward this. It was a weekend she went missing. I called this chick crazy amount of times. She picked up the phone and said, I cheated again. With the same scary ass voice. I said, with that ugly ass nigga such and such. She was like, yeah. I was like, fuck you, bitch. It's like, you dumbass fucking bitch. And I think that was the last straw. But my dumbass thought maybe I could prove my love to her. So this part of my life, I haven't told you guys this spectacle, so don't worry about how I used to get this money. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, I used to sell these fake babe hoodies online and shit like that. And yeah, any fucking ways. So I go to, I said, I'm thinking irrational, like I gotta do something to show this woman that I love her. Like there's gotta be something I can do. So a fucked up light bulb comes in my head. And I find the nearest tattoo shop. I didn't even try to find what was the best. Look, I go to the nearest tattoo shop across from some apartments that when I first moved out here, I lived in. It was a tattoo shop. I go there and I'm like, yeah, I want to get this name in Old English in the back of my arm. Then there was this Mexican dude. He said, hey, brother. He was like, well, who is he? He's like, who are you getting tattooed? I was like, it's my grandmother's name. And he looked at me. He said, all right, it's your tattoo. So he drew it up. And I was thinking of like, I think I was like thinking of LeBron James or some shit. Cause LeBron LeBron got the Old English on the back of his shit. So I was like, yeah, let me get it like LeBron James. He's like, all right. Got the bitch's whole name blasted on the back of my fucking arm. Nigga, I thought at this point, there's no way in flying fuck this woman was not gonna deny me. This had to prove my love. Love, right? I go get the shit blasted. I tell her to come over. I said, I got 2 surprises for you. Come over. I go to the mall. I go get one of those floating heart diamond necklaces. I think it was like the cheap diamonds or something, because the necklace was like $450 or nothing crazy. It was like $450. It was like on a skinny chain with a diamond floating heart. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get her the necklace and I'm gonna show her I got her name tattooed. I go. Told her to come to the house. I said, look, and I showed her. And she was like, oh my God, why did you do that? And I said, because I love you. Like, that's why I got you blasted. I wanted to show you this was real. Here's your necklace. I put the necklace on her. The bitch took the necklace, all of that. I got the name blasted. I thought I actually got my bitch back that I never technically, I'm fighting for a bitch that I shouldn't even have to fight for. Like, got the name blasted. The last straw for me, I told you guys this part of the story before. When I told her I wanted to go see a movie, she said she wanted to go to that movie. I caught her at the same movie theater with the same ugly ass nigga. I went home. I made a whole video, put the shit on the internet. Everything. I was running around irrationally trying to get the tattoo covered. That was the last straw for me. But she ended up wanting to fuck me like hella years later and shit. And of course I slayed her, but that's beyond me. yeah, I definitely learned my lesson. I think it's so many things that turned me into a narcissist. And I'm sitting here telling you, yes, I am a fucking narcissist. But it's not something where I'm one of those uncontrollable freaks of nature that's trying to hurt people and shit like that. No, I just own my shit. A Street Latinas? Oh, oh, you know, this motherfucker know everything. A Street Latinas, bro. That's the whole Bangbros category used to be ridiculous. Yo, look. All right. So I got a crazy fucking quick story, right? So I got a crazy fucking story about Bangbros. Weirdly enough, there was this girl, right? There was this girl that had a huge crush on me. This was like hella years ago. There was this girl that had a huge crush on me, right? You know, yeah, we did our thing, fucked, this and that. For some reason, she kept trying to bring this girl around me so that I could take her virginity. She was like, I want you to fuck my homegirl. She's really timid. You know, she's never had sex. You know, she's fresh out of high school, right into college. Like, I want you to fuck her. I was just like, well, how does she look? Showed me pictures and everything. She had real big titties with like a mole right here on her cheek. I ended up meeting the girl. I don't know how we instantly ended up in my room, but long story short, we basically got to the business. She had these big, giant, like head-sized titties. She was a black chick. That was back when I used to fornicate with black women. She was a black chick. She had nice length hair. She wasn't really my type, but she had big ass titties and she seemed very bashful. So I remember the first time we tried to bang and she just could not. She just like she basically, she was a virgin. So long story short, I went ahead and smashed, took those, banged a couple more times, talked over the phone here and there. She was in college, disintegrated, blah, blah, blah. When I tell you guys, back in the days when I used to watch Bangbros, 3 years later, a Ferris, the category where the white guys bang the black chicks? What is it called? What is it called? They have a category just that shows black chicks getting banged by white guys. Look. I was just randomly going in. I don't even like that category because that's not my style. That wasn't my style. I go to the category. I'm getting goosebumps saying this because this is how real it is. I go to the category and fucking around. I was like, this chick looks familiar. Because it was so many years after that, I didn't know if she still stayed the same or anything. It was so many years after that. And I was a paid member at that time. I clicked on the category, downloaded the video. It was the same chick. She had big giant ass titties. She had the mole right here. But that shy shit was out the window. She was sucking 2 white dicks. Like getting fucked. Everything. Nutted on. Everything. I was like, yo. I was like, this chick did not. And you know how they do the stories? You know how they do the stories before they have the stories about the chicks? Remember they got the stories about the chicks? Before you click the categories, it tells you their age, what college they went to, what's their career. It said the same college she went to. Said that she was a registered nurse. All of her shit, all those facts and stats were right there. And I clicked on it. I was like, yo, I said, what the fuck happened to this chick? And I'm just sitting there watching and she's getting fucked by 2 white dudes. Just sucking dicks, fucking. I'm like, what in the, wow. Yeah, something happened at college. But she definitely was fucking those Zachs and Harrys. Because, yeah. She was definitely if there was a way I could find that category, she might actually still be doing porn. I don't know. Hey guys, I did something really stupid today. Maybe I'll tell you when I get a $50 donation. Eric Foreman with the 50? Alright, now listen, I don't need y'all niggas to call me a simp or a cuck or anything like that, but I'm gonna tell you guys today I was feeling very spontaneous and I'm blessed. So, you know, there's this sexy ass little Asian piece that's on my Instagram. Not gonna give you her name. Damn, should never said that. Alright, just hold on a minute. Hold on, wait till this run is over. You know, I felt like doing I did some trick shit today. How many of you guys know what a trick is? And if you do, have you ever done some trick shit in your life? If so, let's talk about it. Now see me, I like to play mind and mental fuck games when it comes to women. So, hold on. Now I don't condone any of you guys do this type of shit. I mean, this is the type of shit that only bosses can do. But let's talk about it. Now, I don't want you niggas to judge me either, alright? I be doing weird shit sometimes just to implant a mental implant in people's dome. Like, I do a lot of shit here and there to really get inside of people's dome. I'm telling you, when you do something for people and it's just out of the woodworks, I'm telling you, you can fuck with people's head. They always gonna remember you. I promise you, it's a psychological trick. Nigga, you said you were 16. How the fuck you implanting any mental anything in anybody's head? You have to at least had your dick sucked over 100 times in life to pull off this type of shit. Nigga, you have not had your dick sucked over 100 times at 16. Alright, so, yeah, I did something spontaneous. I seen this, you know, sexy piece that I know, but never tried to get at. You know her from around the way, the gym, whatever. Hot fire, sexy Asian with ass. Yes, I did say an Asian with ass. She above 5'7"? I mean, how many Asians are above 5'7"? But she wasn't Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, so it's believable. And, you know, I seen her story. She was probably just playing around. But she put that she wanted something. She was just like, oh, I'm a size 6, blah, 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 LOL. Like I said, I always thought the bitch was sexy. She said she wanted a size 6 and short Uggs. She just put on her story, so I did a boss nigga shit. Some of y'all might call it tricking or cucking, but it's not a cuck because that's not the real meaning of it. So I said, fuck it. So I said, fuck it. Went on the website, scooped, quick $140, sent her the screenshots. Like, that's all I did. I just sent her the screenshots. She went, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking cry right now. You did not. You're playing with me right now. I said, I don't play. And I said, you know what? I don't want nothing in return for it either. I said, Merry Christmas, and got out the DMs. Why? I don't know shit, nigga, because I can. I just be doing weird shit. What it was a boss stunning move. Listen, I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. No, my niggas, trust me. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, my niggas. You said simp shit. I mean, you guys are allowed your opinion. The unexperienced niggas are gonna consider it simping and shit like that, but I don't think you guys know what an actual simp is. Yeah, it's not my job to explain to niggas, and I felt like I would share that with you guys because I thought that it was funny. I felt like pulling a boss move, and I did that because I can. I didn't say anything. These niggas went and tried to write a random ass Asian girl on my fucking Instagram and say all this gay ass shit. Oh, he's blah blah blah. Look at this video. He said Asian girls don't have ass. These niggas went through my followers to try to find a random ass Asian to write this shit. What did these niggas say? Hold on. That's some straight up pussy shit. Fucking bitch ass nigga. I know you punk ass niggas is watching too. We know you don't have no type of street cred, no type of street credibility, no type of street smarts. That's some online pussy shit right there. Let me find the motherfucking screenshots so I can see what these niggas said. They DM'd a random ass girl and was like, I'm warning you, don't kick it with this dude. Even if he tries approaching you, he's a horrible person. He's more immoral, blah, blah, blah. These niggas are so gay, they trying to actually stop me from getting pussy. Like, what? I told you guys these niggas are gay. This nigga said they were all the BBC for themselves. Oh man, these niggas are so gay. These niggas dead ass went and just messaged a random ass girl that I never even met or anything. Like, these niggas are so gullible they'll believe anything I say on stream. So they went, oh my god, I gotta find any Asian bitch that I can find that he might be following and right. Oh.
I hate to say this, y'all.
Bitch
ass nigga! Don't you want to know why she started having so much animosity towards me? So, I can't do nothing to her.
Fuck, man.
I put my hands on females. Y'all want to know what I did? I told the...
Look, a dumbass cat just hopped on my lap.
I'm gonna be honest with
and
y'all.
dug his fucking claws on me.
I didn't put my hands on her.
Shit.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't hit.
Fucking dumbass cat. I'm sitting here, this dumbass cat trying to hop on my fucking lap, knowing I don't do that lap shit. And then fucking I try to get him off and he like dug his nails in my motherfucking leg. Then runs because he knew he was in fucking trouble. Yeah, I got a fucking cut on my shit. It was Dex. That's why that motherfucker just zoomed out. Bro, crowd was chilling. Bro, Dex knows I don't do the lap cat shit. It's zesty. I don't think a man should have a cat in his lap. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'll pick the cat up or something like that, but I don't want no fucking animal, or I don't want no kid in my lap either. If I had a kid, I wouldn't have no kid in my lap either. Like, I don't want shit in my lap. If it's not a bitch, I don't want you in my lap. I always been like that. I don't like shit on my lap. Bro, I remember being like fucking 11 years old. One of the homies, he had like, there was a bunch of anthros in his family. So all these anthros kept trying to get on my lap and I'd take them and put them off. Like when I'm like 10, 11 years old, like I don't want no kid on my lap. I don't want no animal on my lap, nothing. If you're not a girl that could just hop on, I could grab glutes, I don't want you on my lap. But we need a 2020 Verti gear. So donate to that cause, baby. Oh, I have a funny story I could tell you real quick. Let me think back. All right, I'll tell you this story. All right, so, damn, should I really even be telling this story? Jeez. I might have to leave something out. You know what? I'll tell it. So, all right. So, there was this, this was like in the MySpace days, right? I think I always had like a few years over this chick. So this was in MySpace days. Some young ass white girl adds me on MySpace. And she's like, hey, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, aren't you a little ass girl? I think I was maybe like 19 at the time, 18, 19. I think she was like 14 or some shit. She's writing me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 14. I was like, nah, I can't talk to you. She's like, age ain't nothing but a number. I was just like, we could chop it up on MySpace, but we can't do anything. I was like, you're way too young, you know, plus I just can't play with fire. So she would always comment on my pics on MySpace and everything like that, you know, asked to be in my top 8, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, we're just gonna keep it on that. I was on some other shit back then anyway. I had so many other chicks at that point in time. Boom. So, $10 more and the chair is complete. Let's get it popping. Yeah, I was on some Drake shit back then. So, basically, we kept in touch over the years. We never fucked around, never did anything. Some years go by, boom, she's like 17 and a half. She's like, can we kick it still? I'm like, nah. So I said, when do you turn 18? She's like, in May. I said, cool, we'll just kick it in the summertime. Plus, I was already on some other shit anyway. So she grew up, you know, she still looked like a basic Becky or whatever. So I entertained it because, you know, we kept in touch for all these years over the internet anyway. So we finally kick it. She had a homegirl. She's like, yeah, me and my homegirl are looking for something to do tonight. This is when I had my first apartment. I was like, okay, cool. Hold on. Oh, shit. Hey, thank you guys for blessing me with that new chair. I appreciate it. You did not have to do it. You did it. You showed love and gratitude. You know, showed me that satisfaction, that gratification, and I appreciate it. All right, hold on. All right, so let's get back to the story. Nigga, I did not smash no 14-year-old when I was 18 and 19. You got me fucked up. Anyways, I decided to tell you niggas a story. I didn't have to tell you this shit. Anyways, so she said me and my homegirl looking for something to do. Her homegirl's name was like, I think. So she was like, me and my homegirl were looking for something to do, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, I think, you know, I got a homie, blah, blah, blah. So she brings her homegirl. We, you know, they come over, we're kicking it, you know, doing typical shit, playing NBA 2K, Tetris Splash, blah, blah, blah on the 360. And boom. So, you know, end of the night's getting popping. She's like, so can we go in the room? I said, sure. We go in there, we start fooling around, kissing, this and that. Mind you, I never really was attracted to her, but I was just like, fuck it, I've been knowing her for so long, I might as well fuck now that you're legal. So, I go ahead. I'm on the edge of my bed like this. So, you know, I'm on the edge of my bed, you know, her legs are right here, we're kissing, blah, blah, blah. And I start undoing her pants. So she's sitting right here on the edge of my bed. You know, we're touching on each other, feeling, boom, boom, boom. Go like this, start unbuckling her pants. I take off her pants, boom, take them off, toss them behind me, boom, take off her drawers, toss them off behind me. And I go down, I literally go down. Her legs are open like this. I go down. About to eat the pussy, correct? Go down. Was like, oh! I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. I was like, I got this ritual I like to do. And the reason why I said this ritual, because her pussy smelled so bad that there's no way in hell she knew how to clean her clitoris correctly. If I would have lifted up the hood of her clit, I would have seen straight up macaroni and cheese, Monterey Jack, goat, everything. The pussy was foul as fuck. It was like this potent fish.
I feel like putting a hole with this goddamn computer.
I don't know what the fuck that meant, but anyways, let's get back to the story. It was just foul. So the way I played it off, I was like, oh shit. After I said, oh shit, twice. She's like, what's up? I was like, nah, I got this ritual I like to do. I was like, I got this fetish I like to do where I take a hot cloth and I like to dabble it on the pussy a little bit and kind of pamper it before I do anything. And she's like, all right. So I take a hot, wet rag, clean up the pussy, clean up the clit, go back, wash, rinse it again, clean up the pussy, clean up the clit. And then I smashed. And then I never fucked again. All right, there's your story, baby. But if this was me now, ain't no way in fuck. Ain't no way in fuck I would hit. Absolutely not. I smell that foul vag odor. Boom. Instantly I quit. I went ahead and smashed the mystery meat. I'm sorry. Got the warm towel, dabbled it up with Irish Spring soap, gave it a good lather, put it to the pussy, smack. Went back to the bathroom, got more water. Got that Irish Spring bar, threw the bar away after I was done. Smack. Went back in the bathroom, rinsed it, rinsed the cloth, wrung it out. Got it, rinsed it again. Put it back in the pussy. Cleaned it, ready for smashing. Was she black? I just said she was a Becky.
All right, YouTube, that concludes my review. If you have anything else you want to add or anything else you think I should have went over, go ahead and leave your comments, questions below, and I'll do my best to answer those. Thanks a lot.